Hey, welcome back. So this will be part 3 of restoring the 1967 Serro Scotty. So all the metal is back on except the very last piece on the back end. And that's because there was no window in it when I bought it. I've got a window on order. It's due, this is Saturday, it's due Monday. And I just don't want to cut anything or finish that window area off until I have the window in hand. So I'm waiting on it. In the meantime, I've started prepping for paint. I'll show you here in a second. Alrighty, so the window came and I made the opening for it, and everything went well, except if you look right there at the top, right there, the metal was a little short, and I thought about it for a while of a way to fix that, and that's what I came up with. There's butyl tape under the overlap, and the overlap will be under the eyebrow that goes above the window, which will also have butyl tape under it. So I'm not worried at all about any leaks. It looks a little funky right now, but in the end it'll all be hidden and behind stuff and not hurt anything at all. So that's the fix I came up with. So anyway, I got a little bit more prep to do, and then we're going to start spraying some primer. There's Gunther, my helper dog. One thing I forgot to mention, I just got back from getting the paint, and I got a gallon of gloss white Rust-Oleum. I got 5 cans of I forget, Nemo or something like that. It's an Aqua blue Rust-Oleum aerosol. I decided just to go with that instead of trying to get it auto place to mix the color for me. It's about the right color, and if I'm just a little short, I don't have to buy a whole nother quart. I can just get another can. So that's what we're doing. So for the and I get a gallon of light gray primer Rust-Oleum. So for the primer, the gloss white, and the spray cans of the Aqua, and a can of acetone for thinner, the whole thing came to about 140 bucks for paint. Oh, that includes some frog tape for taping off the Aqua, and some 1000 grit, or no, I did get 1000 grit sandpaper to wet sand the primer before I spray the Aqua and the white. So that's where we're at, and it's warm enough today to paint, so we're gonna get it done. I'll be back. Good morning. All right, so yesterday we eliminated the big ugly black blob. Primer's all done. That's Rust-Oleum light gray primer. I was pretty happy the way it went on. It's like 43 degrees this morning. You can see dew on everything. But it's supposed to be 63 by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And we're going to wet sand the upper part of that, everything above the molding there at the windows, and get the blue on. It's supposed to rain for the next 4 straight days, so I want to get the blue on, let it cure for 4 days, and then it's supposed to be sunny and mid 60s again, and we can do the white, and that'll give that blue plenty of time to cure before I put masking tape on it. You can see right there I just tested a little bit the the blue color that I bought. Let's see if I can do this. I was curious, next to the original blue, and it's a pretty close match. Pretty good. I like it. So, I got some birdhouses on order that I gotta go put a coat of varnish on, and then by then it'll be a little warmer and we'll start wet sanding. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so now we're at it. And I don't have a camera lady today, so I'm using a spray bottle of just plain hot water because my hands are cold, and 800 grit sandpaper. I had originally picked up 1000 grit and decided it's a little rough, so I already wet sanded all that. I'm sure you can't appreciate it in the camera, but it's a lot smoother, which means a lot shinier finish. That's the bottom line of getting a nice shiny finish, is having it nice and smooth. And somebody had painted this with a paintbrush at some time, and there was brush marks and stuff, but the primer filled in most of that, and then sanding it took off the high spots, and I got most of the brush marks out. Hopefully they won't show too bad, and it'll be a nice shiny blue finish on there. And I'm only wet sanding the top right now just to save time. I want to get the blue on there so that it'll have 3 days to cure while it's a rainy couple days, and before I put masking tape on it, so I don't pull the paint off when I tape it. And so it'll go back into the portable garage there during the rainy time, and there's enough room around the outside of that I can work a little bit and wet sand the rest of it while the blue cures. And I wet sanded down about a foot or so below the molding so that I won't get into the tape or the blue paint or anything when I'm wet sanding the other, getting ready for the white. So anyway, I'm gonna wet sand the other side, and then we're gonna have to wait till it warms up and dries off a little bit better, and then we'll paint the blue. Be back at it here in a minute. Okay guys, it's about all my arms can take. We're gonna probably start painting on this side because it's the sunny side, and that'll dry off and warm up the fastest. So I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee and give it about another hour to warm up and dry off, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I decided to use rattle cans for the blue. I bought a gallon of white Rust-Oleum high gloss oil base for the main white part, but you can get that at Tractor Supply, and white's white. I just wasn't sure how I could get the aqua color I wanted any other way. I did talk to a car paint supply place, and they have color charts, and they can make what I want. But then if I buy a quart and it's just not quite enough, then I gotta buy a whole nother quart, which is like 40 bucks a quart. And if I run short on this, I buy another can for 4 bucks. And if I decide I want to paint something else blue as an accent, or aqua as an accent, then I just get another $4 can of spray paint. So that's what I decided to do. So the color I chose, I actually saw on one of the forums, it was what somebody else chose, and I looked at it and liked it. It's Saint Tropez. Saint Tropez is the color that I got. And there were a couple other aquas that were very close if you wanted a little bit different than this. Quite a few options, but that's what I decided to do, and let's get at it. Okay, so there's the first light coat put on. I'm just gonna do about 3 light coats like that so I don't get any runs in it. So there's the first one. and then that'll be masked off right at that molding for white from there down, which is why I say I need to really let this cure well before I put masking tape on it, so I don't peel any of the paint off pulling the tape. Okay, let's get back at it. Okay, so good news, bad news. The bad news is I was pretty disappointed, even though I wet sanded all that, both sides, before I started painting the blue. The first couple coats, those brush marks still showed pretty bad. But the good news is the paint went way further than I thought it would, and I've got a third coat on here, and they're starting to fill in way better than they were. I'm going to have enough to do probably 5 coats, and I'll probably do that, and I think it's going to look way better than it did at first. So there you have it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so that's 5 coats front and back, and I still have a can left. I'm going to quit there though. It's looking pretty good, and I don't want to mess anything up, so that'll do. So the next video, we'll be painting the white and sealing the roof with white mobile home roof coating. So I gotta wait till it gets a little warmer before I can do the roof coating. They say 70 and rising. But next weekend, this is Wednesday, and next Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it's supposed to be around 65 and full sun. So we will do the white paint on the exterior, even if we can't do the roof coating yet. But anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching the videos. I hope you stick with me for the remainder of this project. It's been fun so far. A lot of work yet to do, but she's starting to come along. So hit thumbs up and subscribe, and you'll get notifications. You can follow with me. I'll see you next video.